Welcome to Strength and Flex down here at Better Living Yoga. My name's Katie. Today we're going to do a little bit of a shorter session for those of you that might be a little bit restricted on time. Maybe you don't have a full hour, you're on your lunch break, you want a little bit of time to change or eat. So we're going to do a little bit of a shorter, more focused, condensed session today. We're going to be focusing a little bit more on the lower body, so you can kind of expect that. It'll be a lower body workout and focus, and we'll get after it. Okay, and then what you'll need for today is 2 blocks, and let's do a strap. I forgot my strap. So 2 blocks and a strap. If you don't have the strap and blocks per se, you could use a dog leash, a beach towel, or some kind of sturdy strap or rope. And instead of blocks, you could always use a firm pillow or some books of something of that nature. So you could use something like that instead. So we'll begin laying down on our backs. Like I said, I'll be focusing a little bit more on the lower body today. We're going to bring the knees to a bend. We're going to grab one of our blocks, or if you're at home, you don't have a block, you can grab a book and do this. Just make sure it's wide enough, kind of like a block would be, or maybe a little bit even wider if you want to. We'll press into the feet to lift the hips away from the mat. We'll slide the block underneath the sacrum. So the sacrum's at the base of your spine. So you kind of want this right like the tailbone, the back of the pelvis. And we'll start here at the knees bent and feet on the mat. And as you begin to settle, and just begin to take some nice deep inhales and nice full exhales. Noticing the way the body's feeling today, just checking in with it. So all this week I've been using the intention of Sthira Sukha. So Sthira Sukha is from the Yoga Sutras, and that's what a yoga posture should be according to the Yoga Sutras from Patanjali. Yoga posture should be Sthira Sukha, which means steady, yet comfortable and at ease. So that's what we're looking to kind of find that space of in the body and in the mind when we come in and out of these different postures, is to find steadiness, but also find a little bit of comfort and ease and enjoy ourselves a little bit. So, exploring that as we practice today. So from here, just let the right knee drop wide to the right side. Take a few deep breaths here. You might feel a little pull on the inside of the right hip bone. That's where the psoas comes through. So we're just going to stretch the hip flexors a little bit before we work them out. We'll bring the right knee back to center. Let the left knee drop wide to left side. Take a few deep breaths here. We'll bring the left knee back to face the ceiling. From here, we'll bring the knees over the hips and then reach the feet up towards the ceiling. You can always have a soft bend in the knees if that feels good. We'll breathe here for a few rounds as we get used to this. This is Viparati Karani. What this can help do is drain any swelling or fluids that have been excess buildup in the lower legs and feet. It can help lower blood pressure and balance hormones, so it's a good posture. Let's take a few deep breaths here. You might feel your feet start to kind of get tingly or a little bit cold as the blood kind of drains out of the feet and legs. Reach through the heels, flex the feet, draw the navel towards the spine. Begin to lower each leg out to the side. Keep reaching through the heels. Take an inhale, bring the feet back together. And then exhale, legs drop wide. Inhale, back together. Exhale, legs drop wide. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Keep reaching through the heels. Breathe here for a few rounds. Then bring the feet together. Bend the knees. Release one foot to the mat and then the other. Press into the feet to lift the hips off the block. Release spine and hips back down, and we'll hug both knees into the chest, Apanasana. Maybe you take a rock, maybe you stay still, up to you. And then we'll come to a still. Keep the right knee hugged in. Release left foot to the mat. Left leg could be bent or straight. Ekapada Apanasana. Take a few deep breaths here. Maybe take the foot in a few movements like circles or point and flex the right foot. We'll bring the right foot to a still. Take right knee into left hand. Take it across the body. Supine twist. We'll bring the right knee back to center. Then we'll grab our strap the ball of the right foot and reach the right foot up to the ceiling. Taking a few deep breaths here. Holding low enough on the strap so the upper back and the back of the head can rest on the mat. Breathe. Take the strap into your left hand. Take the right leg across the body. Keep pressing through the heel. You can always use a dog leash instead of a strap, or a beach towel or something of that nature as well. We'll bring the right leg back to center. Hug the knee back into the chest. Take the strap off. Take it off to the side, but keep it handy. We'll hug the left knee back in. Release right foot to the mat. Right leg can be bent or straight to Ekapada on the left side. Taking the left foot in some circles, pointing and flexing the foot, wiggling the toes around. Then bring the foot to a still. Take left knee into right hand. Take it across the body, supine twist. Then bring left knee back to center. We'll grab our strap again. Strap the ball of the left foot. Reach the left foot up to the ceiling. Right leg can be bent or straight. Breathe here. We'll take strap into the right hand. Take left leg across the body. Keep reaching through the right heel. Take a few deep breaths here. Then bring the left leg back to center. Hug the knee back into the chest. Take the strap off. Take it off to the side. We'll hug both knees back in. Take a few deep breaths here. And then release the feet to the mat. We'll grab hold of one of our blocks again. If you don't have a block, you could use a pillow. You could fold it in half, or if it's a firm pillow, or you could use a book. From here, we'll take an inhale and squeeze that block or whatever you have in between the knees. And then on exhale, release the squeeze. Inhale, squeeze the block. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. We're going to add on to that now. Inhale, squeeze the block. Press into the feet. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And then on exhale, release spine and hips back down to the mat. Inhale, squeeze the block. Lift the hips. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And now we're going to squeeze the block, lift the hips, pause and breathe here. Reach the fingertips towards the backs of your heels, but keep squeezing that block. Lift the hips towards the ceiling. Inhale. On your exhale, release spine and hips back down to the mat. Remove the block, take it off to the side. Cross right ankle over left thigh. You can stay here and press right thigh forward, or you might hug left thigh in, reaching behind left thigh with the hands. Breathing here. Release the left foot back to the mat, uncross the ankle, reach the right foot up to the ceiling, take a nice deep inhale. Then on exhale, right leg hovers above the mat. Inhale, right foot reaches to the ceiling. Exhale, hover. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hover. We want that low back nice and stable. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Reach the right foot back up to the ceiling. Rebend the knee. Release foot back to the mat. Cross left ankle over right thigh. You can stay here and press left thigh forward, or you might hug the right thigh in towards the chest for reclining pigeon. Take a few deep breaths. Release the right foot back to the mat, uncross the ankle, reach left foot up to the ceiling, draw navel to spine. You want to keep the low back and trunk nice and secure. Take an inhale. On your exhale, left leg releases down and forward. Inhale, leg to the ceiling. Exhale, hover. Inhale. Exhale, good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale. Exhale. Reach left foot back up to the ceiling, and then rebend the knee, release the foot back to the mat. Take the knees to touch, walk the feet a few inches wider than the hips, then take the knees from right to left side. We'll bring the knees back to center, walk the feet back into hip distance. We're gonna roll onto our left side. So roll into the left side of your body. You're gonna bring the arm underneath yourself. So kind of like bring the elbow onto the ground. You can use the left hand to support the head. And we're gonna straighten the right leg, so the top leg. The bottom left leg could be bent. Right leg is gonna be nice and flexed. Imagine you're trying to kick a wall away from you. From here, I'm gonna take an inhale, lift the right leg to the ceiling, and then exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale. Exhale, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale. Exhale. From here, bend right knee, grab right foot either with your hand or a strap. Take a few deep breaths here, stretching the quad muscle. Release the right foot, rebend left knee if the leg's straight. We're gonna reach through the right heel, but this time we're gonna bring the toes a little bit more face towards the ground. The heel will face a little bit more up towards the ceiling, so you have a little bit of a slight change in angle in the leg. From here, you'll take an inhale, lift through the heel. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale, so the toes are pointing more towards the ground, heel a little bit more towards the ceiling. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale. Exhale. Roll back onto the back. And then from here, we'll roll onto the right side of the body. So bring the right elbow underneath you. Right hand will support the head. Flex the left leg. Reach through the heel. Take an inhale, lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. Inhale. Exhale, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale. Exhale. Bend left knee. Reach with left hand for left heel. Bring the heel towards your bottom. You can always use a strap here if that's more comfortable. So you'll feel a stretch in the top of the right, or the top of the left thigh. And then release the left foot. Straighten the leg this time. Same thing as we did on the right side. The toes are going to face a little bit more down towards your mat. Your heel will face a little bit more up towards the ceiling. So just a slight downward angle in that left foot. From here, we'll take an inhale, lift the left heel up towards the ceiling. So just targets a little bit different area in the hip. Exhale, hover. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hover. So working the hip abductors. Inhale. Exhale. They help take the leg away from the body. Inhale. Exhale. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Good. From here, we'll roll onto our bellies. And then from here, we'll come up onto the hands and knees and come to a child's pose. Take the big toes to touch, hips to heels, hands will walk forward. We'll come back up onto the hands and knees from our child's pose. So shoulders over wrists, hips over the knees. If you have hardwood floors, you probably want a blanket underneath the knees unless you have a nice cushy mat. Draw the navel to the spine. Take an inhale, look forward, cow pose. Then on exhale, round the upper back to cat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, round to cat. And just go through a few rounds of cat-cow with your own breath. And then on your next exhale, come back to tabletop. Once again, we'll come back to a child's pose. Take big toes to touch, hips towards the heels. In this child's pose, we'll walk both hands to the right side of our mat. Take a few deep breaths here. And then walk the hands through center into the left side. Take a few deep breaths here. Walk the hands back to center. We'll come back up onto the hands and knees. So coming back to tabletop. What we're going to do from here is we're going to shift a little bit more weight into the left shin. We're going to firm the right, or draw the navel towards the spine. And on an inhale, we're going to take the right knee wide out to the side, kind of like a dog on a fire hydrant or a bush. Exhale, leg comes back to hover. No better way to explain that. Inhale, leg wide and out to the side. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Now what we're going to do is we're going to reach that right foot to the back of the mat, tuck the toes, reach through the heels. You'll feel a little stretch in the calf muscle as well as the foot. Then take the right foot to the left side of the mat. Look over the right shoulder towards that left foot. Take a few deep breaths here. And then right leg comes back behind you. Lift the right leg away from the mat. We're going to keep both hands rooted. We're going to take a nice deep inhale. Then our exhale, we're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest. Bring the nose towards the knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen the leg. Exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hug in. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale. Exhale, good. Extend the leg. Release the right knee back to the mat. We're going to shift a little bit more weight now into that right knee and shin. From navel to spine, take an inhale. Left knee comes wide out to the side. Then exhale back to center. Inhale, wide to side. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, last one. Inhale. Exhale. From here, we'll extend the left leg to the back of the mat. Take left foot to right side of the mat. Look over the right shoulder towards the left foot. Oh, I forgot the calf stretch, but we'll get it in here in just a second. Bring the left leg back behind you. Tuck the toes. Reach through the heel. Keeping both hands rooted, we're going to lift the left leg away from the mat. Take an inhale. On your exhale, bring the left knee in. Bring the knee towards the chest, nose towards the knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lengthen the leg. Exhale, knee to chest, nose to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hug in. Good. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen the leg out. Release the left knee back to the mat. We'll take the big toes to touch, hips to heels, child's pose. From child's pose, lift the hips, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Hips will reach up and back, gaze will go in between the legs. Maybe taking turns bending the knees here, walking it out, few breaths. We'll bring the heels to a still. I'm going to shift the shoulders forward over the wrists, coming to a plank pose. Knees could be lifted or knees could be on your mat, depending on how you're feeling, but we're actively pressing the mat away from you. Take a nice deep few rounds of breaths. Inhale. On your exhale, bend the elbows, lower all the way down to your belly. Tops of feet press into the mat, lift the shoulders, lift the chest, low cobra, bhujangasana, inhale. And then exhale, release the chest back down. Tuck the toes, press the mat away from you, come back to plank. And then downward facing dog. Once again, we'll come to a plank pose, knees lifted or knees on the mat, shoulders over wrists. We're pressing the ground away from us. Legs are just as active and strong as the arms. Take an inhale. On your exhale, this time you can lower all the way to the belly or lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, low cobra, upward facing dog. And exhaling, coming back to down dog. Hips go up and back. From down dog, lift the heels, bend the knees, take an inhale. On your exhale, walk, step, or hop to the front of your mats. Once you're there and there's no rush, take an inhale, lift and lengthen the spine straight out from the hips. Hands will come to mat, shins, blocks, or thighs, Ardha Uttanasana. And then on exhale, crown ahead towards the mat, fold forward, Uttanasana. Press into the feet, come all the way to a stand, reach the hands to the ceiling. And then hands will come through heart center, exhale. Inhale, hands to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant hands, step or hop back towards a plank pose. Lower either halfway chaturanga or all the way to the belly. Inhale, low cobra, upward facing dog. And then exhaling, down dog. Breathing here in down dog, pressing firmly into the entire hand, fingers and palm. Really rooting down through that space, that meaty space between the thumb and index finger. Really try to root down through that space. Lift the heels, bend the knees, inhale. Exhale completely, walk, step, or hop to the front of your mats. Take an inhale, lift and lengthen the spine halfway. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, come all the way to a stand, reach the hands to the ceiling. And then hands will come through heart center, exhale. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of our blocks. We're going to place the block in between the thighs. So you're going to place the block in between the thighs, or whatever you have at home in place of a block. Why don't you just squeeze that block? What we're going to do is you're going to take an inhale, squeeze your block, lift the heels, reach the arms up and overhead. Then on exhale, release the heels, release the arms. Inhale, squeeze the block, lift the heels, reach the arms. And then exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Remove the block from in between the knees. We'll take an inhale, reach the hands up to the ceiling. Then on exhale, bend the knees, sit hips down and back, come into a chair pose, Utkatasana. Really pull belly button to spine, lengthen through the tailbone. Take an inhale here. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. We're going to step the left foot back, release left knee to the mat, and come to a low lunge. We're going to reach the hands up to the ceiling. Right knee will stack over the right ankle. Grab hold of your left wrist, take a little side bend to the right. A few breaths here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, frame right foot with the hands. Walk right foot forward a few inches. Draw the toes towards your face. Half splits. Hands will come beneath the shoulders. Begin to rebend the right knee over the right ankle, coming back to that low lunge. We're going to tuck the toes on the left leg, lift the left knee, and make our way to a high lunge. Knee will still stack over the ankle, hands will reach up to the ceiling. Hug towards center. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the thighs. Take an inhale. On your exhale, bend your left knee, take a little dip. You can decide how deep that bend is. Inhale, straighten the legs, straighten the arms up to the ceiling. Then exhale, bend the knees, take a dip. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bend and dip. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to high lunge on an inhale. We're going to make our way to warrior two. Release your left heel down. Right foot will walk over a few inches. It'll align with the middle of the left foot, of the left arch. Knee over ankle. Drop the back arm, take the front arm to the ceiling, reverse your warrior, take an inhale, and then come back to warrior two on exhale. Pause and breathe here. I'm going to lengthen through the inner right thigh. Think of wrapping the outer right thigh underneath it. Breathe. Drop the back arm, take the front arm to the ceiling, reverse your warrior, take an inhale. And then we'll frame right foot on exhale. Pause here, spin left heel up like a lunge, and step left foot forward next to right foot. Once we're at the front of our mats, we'll take an inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sit hips down and back, chair pose, Utkatasana, hands reach forward and up. Pause and breathe here. Inhale, fold forward, exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine. Step right foot back, release right knee to mat. Come to low lunge on the left side. Left knee stacks over the ankle or reach the hands up to the ceiling. Grab hold of your right wrist, take a side bend to the left and take a few breaths here. Come back to center on an inhale. Frame left foot with hands on blocks or mat on exhale. Walk left foot forward a few inches. Draw the toes toward your face, coming to half splits. Hands will come beneath the shoulders. Blocks or mat. Ardha Hanumanasana. Breathe here. Begin to rebend left knee over left ankle. We're going to tuck the toes on the right leg, lift the right knee, and make our way to a high lunge. Left knee over the ankle, hands will reach up to the ceiling. From here, hug to center, get nice and steady. Take a nice deep inhale. On exhale, take a little bend in the right knee, hands come towards the mat, take a little dip. On inhale, straighten both legs, reach the arms to the ceiling. Then exhale, bend the knees, take a little dip. Inhale, lift. Exhale, dip. Good. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to high lunge on an inhale. Warrior two on exhale. Release right heel down. Left foot walks over. Heel to arch, knee over ankle. Warrior two. Virabhadrasana two. Drop the back arm. Take the front arm to the ceiling. Reverse your warrior. Take an inhale. And then come back to warrior two. Exhale. Pause and breathe here. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, frame left foot, pause here, spin right heel up, step right foot forward next to left foot at the front of your mats. Once you're there, take an inhale, lift and lengthen the spine halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sit hips down and back, chair pose, Utkatasana, weights in the heels, pause and breathe here. Inhale, fold forward, exhale. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Then on exhale, plant the hands, step back towards a plank, lower either halfway chaturanga or all the way to the belly. Inhale, low cobra, upward facing dog. And then exhaling, down dog. From down dog, release the knees, take a child's pose, hips to heels. We'll come up onto the hands and knees, bring the legs off to the side. Come to sit down on your bottoms. Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees drop wide, a little Baddha Konasana. Keep the left heel in, extend right leg wide out to the side, walk right hand down right leg, left arm reaches up and over. Take a few deep breaths here. And come back to an upright, bring right heel in, take left leg wide, walk left hand down the leg, right arm reaches up and over. And come back to an upright. Bring the left heel in. Sit up nice and tall. Relax the shoulders. Drop the chin to the chest. Use your next inhale. Take your chin up to one shoulder. Doesn't matter which one. Then exhale, chin will come down and across to the other shoulder. Inhaling there. And then exhaling to come back down and across. And just keep moving for a few rounds from shoulder to shoulder. Then on your next exhale, bring the chin back to the center of your chest. Use one of the palms to push your head back to an upright. Take the shoulders in a few circles, go in one direction. And then the other direction. And then bring the shoulders to a still. We'll gather the legs, come to lay down on our backs. But before we do, we're going to grab some blocks, or if you have a big pillow or something of that nature, you can use that instead, or a bolster at home. We're going to come to lay down with our legs on top of these blocks or whatever you have at home. So bring them kind of probably underneath the knees, and we're going to come to a final resting pose, Shavasana. So finding a nice comfortable space, whether that be with the blocks underneath the knees. If that's not comfortable for you, you can always come to something else that is best for your body today. Just give yourself permission to relax for a moment. Begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes or move the body in a way that feels good to you. We'll gently hug the knees into the chest. Roll off onto one side. And then make your way on up to a seat. Just remember your idea of Sthira Sukha, finding steadiness yet comfort and ease, not only on our mats, but off of our mats as well. I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night or whatever time it is that you're watching this. Namaste.